What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Caesar here. Today we're going to talk about how to win on a sneakers pass. You guys, just this week I hit 2 dubs on a sneaker pass. So we're going to talk about tips. We're going to talk about how to win on a sneakers pass. We're going to go step by step on the playbook on how to reserve it. I even got a heavy hitter in this video. One of my YouTube buddies sent a video in, so he's gonna give his top tip. And you guys, he has got so many dubs that I lost count. I was on his IG looking at all his sneaker pass dubs, lost count, and I said, hey bro, you gotta make a video. So he's gonna be in this video as well. So let's talk about what a sneaker pass actually is. A sneaker pass is when Nike gets stock of a certain shoe. In this case it was the Pine Green 3s, in this case it was the Panda Dunks. And so Nike gets the shoes. It's actually on the sneakers app though. So the sneaker app, it loads up a certain shoe and then it's first come first serve at a certain time. I'm over here in San Diego, California, so usually the West Coast ones start at 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So there's usually 3. There's the Pacific one, there's the Western, you have the Central, and then you have the East Coast. So depending on where you guys live is depending on what time it's going to hit, and it's not always at the same time. So you have to be on the lookout for that. How I usually know there's a sneakers pass is I'm active on Twitter, and I usually follow J23, Sneaker Twitter, and Soul Links is the 3rd one. And you guys, I just follow them. Anytime a sneaker pass is uploaded, they actually show it on their feed. So all I have to do is go and click on it, and then I know what shoe's coming out and at what time. Lately, they've been coming out with a Southern California one. So not only do they have like a Western, they also have a Southern California. Sometimes they do a Chicago or a New York one. That's actually been more common, the New York one. One of the cool updates that they did on the sneakers pass is they actually added the location at the bottom. So after you see the shoe, they give a little bio of the shoe, and then you're gonna see the location. It's very crucial now that you go and look at the location. That way you're not wasting your time. Before, I used to have to sit there on the app and wait until the reservation actually went active, and then to see where the sneaker pass was, and if you were lucky, if it was in your city or not. But now it actually has the location. In my case, it's San Diego's Fashion Valley. So I have to look to see if Fashion Valley's on there. If it's on there, I'm good to go. If it's not, I don't even waste my time anymore. So I do like that Nike added that feature on there so you're not wasting your time. So one note is you have to be within 25 miles of that Nike store. So there is something that's called spoofing your location, and what that is when you trick your phone or your device, whatever you're on, you actually trick it to be at that specific location so you could actually reserve a sneakers pass. If you have an Android, I don't have an Android, but I heard that all you have to do is have an app and you can actually change your locations. For iPhones, it's a lot difficult to change your location, but you can still do it. So what you got to do is change your location to one that's within the 25 miles, but you do have to pick up in person. So just make sure that you guys are ready to pick up at that place. Sometimes it could be like, you could be 30 miles out of the range, so you're only really 5 miles out of the range, so you could spoof your location to make sure you're there at that location for the drop so you could actually reserve. So one of my first tips is you want to make sure you have GPS settings turned on. So make sure your location is turned on for your sneakers app and also your Nike app. If you turn this on, it's going to save you so much time, because the first time I went in there and tried to do a sneakers pass, I had to sit there and give access to sneakers and Nike so they could track my location. You guys want to make sure they have your location, because if not, you're going to have to do a whole step. By the time you give them access to your location, it's going to be sold out pretty much. So one big step is turn on your location for your sneakers app. So now let me introduce Keep Pushing Kicks. I'm telling you guys, this guy has so many sneaker passes. I hit him up and I was like, give me your top #1 tip so I could give to my viewers so they could start copying. And here he goes.
Yo, what's going on, Caesar? And what's going on to the Caesar Sneaks family over there, man? What's happening? It's your boy, Keep Pushing Kicks. And I am coming to you guys because Caesar hit me up and said, yo, bro, what is your #1 tip and trick you can give to my subscribers on how to hit sneaker passes? And that is, you want to make sure that your size is set in your app. You don't want to get caught during the sneaker pass selecting your size. You want to make sure that you go to the settings. Whether it's a female release, make sure you set it to female. If it's a male release, make sure it's set to male. Choose the size that you are going for, whether it's your size or somebody else's, whatever size you want to resell. Make sure that that is set so you eliminate that step on clicking the size that you're going for on the sneakers pass. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Good luck. Peace.
Thank you. Keep pushing kicks. You guys, I'm going to have his information, his YouTube and his IG in the description box below. So you guys, please go check him out. My man knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth as far as the gender and the sizing goes. So all you have to do is you go to your sneakers app, you click on the profile, which is in the bottom right, and then you click on the gear, which is in the top right. When you click on that, you're going to see the gender. So it's male or female. You guys, I know I'm gender neutral. I don't want to get in trouble, but there's only 2 genders on there. It's male and there's a female. So this was a female dunk, right? There's women's dunks and there's male dunks. In this particular case, this was a women's dunk. So if I would have left my gender on male, they would have actually asked me what size I wanted, because they don't automatically switch it over from male to female sizing. So what I had to do is I went in there and I changed it from male to female, and then I was able to, that way I skipped a step as far as picking the size. So I already knew that, and this is how I got the dub on this one. And this one is actually my personal size, size 11. So I went ahead and did male size 11 for this one, and it worked out perfectly fine because I was able to get my size right there. So that's another thing. So sizing, it definitely matters, you guys. Like, it depends if you guys want it for resale or if you guys going for personal. Like this one, I wanted the personal, so I went for that personal size. If you guys are trying to cop and you don't care what size, I usually look at StockX and see what's not going for the greatest, but you can still make profit on. Like these ones. I already have my size in the Pandas. I seen that size 9W was doing pretty good, but it wasn't doing as good as like a 10W, right? So all I did is I went straight for the 9W, and that's how I got the dub. So it would have been a little bit harder if I would have went for the 10W, and that's how I think I actually got this dub. So I went a whole size smaller than what I wanted to go for, but you guys, it's right here, dub. All right, you guys, so the next tip is a little bit controversial. You guys let me know in the comment box below if you guys prefer being on Wi-Fi or if you guys prefer being on data. So I prefer being on Wi-Fi because I think it's a lot faster, you guys. If you're on LTE or 5G, whatever you guys have, I think it's a little bit slower than Wi-Fi. As long as you have a good Wi-Fi connection, you should be able to get the dub on Wi-Fi. With that being said, though, you guys, on this one, me and the wifey were actually at the mall, so I couldn't do Wi-Fi, and I took the dub on my 5G, right? 5G, T-Mobile. And on this one, you guys, I was at the house, so I was on the Wi-Fi, and it was a lot quicker than this one was, but they were both fairly almost the same, but I gotta give it to this one, you guys. It let me in a lot faster, so I prefer Wi-Fi. You guys let me know what you prefer in the comments. Alright, you guys, this next one is my #1 tip. It's called spam the reservation button. So what I usually do is I look at, so let's say the drop is at 10:15 a.m. So what I do is I go over to the clock on my phone and I wait till there's 15 seconds left, right? So 15 seconds before the 10:15. So I then go back to the sneakers app, and all I do is I keep hitting that reserve now button. Just keep going like this, going like this. That's spamming the reserve button. It's a gray button all the way at the bottom that says reservation coming soon. So as soon as that button turns black to reserve now, that's when you should have been hitting it before it actually turned into that button. So you're just gonna keep going like this, right? Until you go through the whole sequence. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like in real time, and then I'm going to show you guys the slides of what page is next and next and next. So the first thing that's on there is the reserve now. So once it hits reserve now, it goes to the next page. So the next page is when, if you have GPS already on, the location of that store is going to be automatically on there as long as you're 25 miles within range, okay? You guys, in San Diego, it's only one store. So some people maybe in Chicago, like they have like 3, 4, 5 stores. I'm not sure. But all I know is there's one, and it makes it a lot easier for there's one. That way I'm not picking through what store I want. So it's actually helpful that there's only one store, even though that means less stock for me. So after that, it's the actual store, and then it says reserve. So you hit that reserve button. And then the very next page, it's going to have your name, your shoe size, and it's going to say submit reservation. And after you hit that submit reservation, as long as you're clicking like this all the way at the bottom of the phone, you should be good. But once you hit that, then you're going to see on the next page, you're going to see your reservation. They're going to show you the shoes. There's going to be a circle around it. It's going to be moving. And that's when you know that you locked down and you got a W on that reservation. All right, you guys, so I did record when I got a dub on the pandas. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like in real time right here. Did you guys see how fast that was? Like, you guys, I just, blocked my information, but I played it at regular speed. I was doing a screen record. I had a feeling I was going to hit, and I wanted to make this video for you guys, to show you guys how to get a dub on a sneakers pass. So I hope that little video helped you guys out. That way you guys could see how fast it actually is to get that dub. Okay, so after you get the dub, pickup is going to be on the very next day. It's not going to be that day. It's going to be the next day. And then they actually send you a message on your sneakers app to telling you what time that store is open and what time your pass is actually active. Mine was active. I believe it was 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I had any time to pick it up the following day after I won the pass, right? So to pick it up, you have to pick it up in person. You can't call Nike and be like, hey, ship these out to me. You have to pick up in person. That is their number one thing. You have to pick it up in person. That's what a sneaker pass is. There's a sneaker stash, and that's the one where they could actually mail it out to you. Your GPS has to be at that location, but they could mail it out. But a sneakers pass, no, you have to pick it up on the next day. Supposedly, you're supposed to use the same device. They're going to check your ID to make sure your name matches, and you have to pay there at the store. That's another question I get. Some people are confused if they have to pay on the sneakers app. No, you have to pay when you pick up the shoe. And so when you get to the store, all you have to do is you go on the sneakers app, you go in the lower right-hand corner, it's in the inbox. You click on the inbox, and then you can actually view your sneakers pass. When you view it, you scroll down and there's a barcode. They're going to scan that barcode, and that's when they're supposed to make sure that's the same device. The cool thing that I noticed when I picked up these pandas is they had like a got 'em screen. As soon as they scanned it and I went back to the app, they had a cool little got 'em screen. So I was like, oh, this is pretty sick that they had the got 'em screen for it. I took a screenshot. I shared it on my social media. You guys, I do have IG. So if you guys want to follow me on IG, it's going to be right here. And it's also going to be in the description box below. I want to know if I missed any tips, if I missed anything that you guys have a question on, please put it down in the comments box below. And like I said, I want to hear your guys' tips. So consider subscribing if you guys like sneaker content. Do not forget to like, and I will check you guys out in the next video.